Hey Brian, what is the teaching moment in trying to calm down a team? Because when you went ahead 2-1, your players, I saw you look like on the broadcast, you were telling them to calm down, stay focused. I mean, what's the teaching moment it had?
Well, look, the teaching moment is, not drop too deep, try and stay high, press higher up the field. But they put us under some pressure and had some clearances, one on the right and then knew who's on the left, where when the ball goes out of play, the tendency is to kind of just and catch your breath. Uh, on the play where the guy scores the goal, I mean, we needed to push higher up the field, and Osaze maybe could have come back a half a yard and just force a negative. But really, overall, when you take a goal like that, I mean, it was a tremendous strike. Uh, it's hard for me to criticize the team. I mean, they put everything into the game, and Osaze came on and scored a great goal, and it's just one of those things.
Thanks.
Jeremiah, go your way next, please.
Yeah, did you have any conversation with the referee about the added time? I mean, it was about 45 or 50 seconds longer than the original stoppage time. Did they give you an explanation as to where that came from?
Yes, they did. From the goal celebration and our goal, they added 1 minute to 99.
And then I don't know, does that play at all into the way you feel about this game when it comes on a last play like that, or is it one of those things where you focus more on just having to play to the whistle?
You have to play to the whistle. There's no other way to do it. I mean, if there's an end point and you see it up on the scoreboard, the fans can see it, the people on TV can see it, but the players aren't looking up at the scoreboard. They're focused on trying to just play out the game until they hear the whistle. There's just nothing you can do there. I mean, Osaze scores what, in the 96th? And so there's 2 minutes to go. He adds a minute because we take 45 seconds to walk back and they kick it off. I mean, again, it's just one of those things.
All right, Jada, over to you.
Thank you. Right, with the first half though, is that how do you kind of explain that? I mean, you guys didn't have any shots on goal from the stats that I have, and just didn't look like yourselves in a sense. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we didn't play exceptionally well, but look, MLS is hard. That was a desperate team. They've got a $40 million payroll or whatever their payroll is. I mean, they've got good, expensive players. So we were expecting a hard game. And, the goal that we took, there's some things maybe we'll look at. The offensive, kind of stuff, we didn't generate enough, but that was due to our opponent. You have to sometimes give your opponent credit.
And then what was there much then, I guess, said at halftime beyond kind of switching up a little bit of tactics, or did you have to get them going at all?
We changed different tactics, both defensively and offensively. Defensively, we were trying to push them into ball recovery zones. We weren't pressing right away, so there was a slight change there. In the attacking movements, there was space behind Miguel Almiron. We needed to get a guy higher up the field on the right-hand side. So the tactical adjustments that we made at halftime certainly worked.
All right, George, please go ahead and ask your question.
Coach, just on the two goals, on the first one, was it just purely a Pedro decision, or did you identify that there was maybe some vulnerability on the first post from Guzan? And on the second goal, Nuhu it normally gives a very good defensive shift, but not a lot of assists. How did you rate his assist to Osaze and then obviously Osaze's goal?
Well, it was an excellent cross by Nuhu. He doesn't have many assists, but that doesn't mean he doesn't work on them in training and do some things. And this game, it was a perfect cross and a perfect textbook header. Osaze was under pressure. He was marked inside the box, but he's a big, strong kid, and he was able to get in front of his defender. And then Pedro, that was all instinct because, again, Williams was dropping off a little bit because it was 3-against-1, 3-against-2. And so when he dropped off, then Pedro saw the opening made a good play.
All right, time for one or two follow-ups. Maz, did you have one?
I do. Hey, Brian, what did you think of your center back play? And that's the first time they've both played together in a while. And obviously, Yamar gets the assist with the pass to Pedro, but just overall.
Okay, is that a first assist or secondary assist? Because Pedro dribbled 70 yards down the field. So good on Yamar. I hope he has an assist bonus in his contract. Um, the center backs are good. I thought Jackson played a little bit better in the second half. He was a little more demanding. He stepped into some areas, won some balls. Yamar, he's just getting back into fitness. He and Obed on that first goal needed to communicate a little bit better. But they were both fine. They're both super, super talented center backs. Plus, we've got plenty of cover now. Kim Keehee and Jonathan Bell who can play there. So we're good.
And Yamar healthy, 100%, felt good, all that good stuff.
Yeah, we'll reassess when we get home. That was an emotional game. We got to assess their emotional recovery, but also their physical recovery, and we'll let you guys know when we get back home.
Thank you.
Jeremiah, you're the last. Oh, no, take it back. You're the second to last hand I see, but go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, obviously Pedro getting another goal in this game, a good sign, probably good for his confidence as well. What did you make of his overall performance, even if you take the goal out of it?
Good. Good. Look, nobody was real good in the first half, so you can kind of maybe throw that out the window. What did he do in the second half? Pedro's got to just understand that he's got to stay connected with the midfield. He can't, hang out and cheat and, not defend, but that's actually how we scored the goal. So, as a coach, you're like saying, okay, what's the happy medium? And certainly super talented kid, and he's in a good run of form right now. He feels confident. So, that's a plus and a bonus. And, I expect him to continue that improvement.
All right, George, once you have the last one.
Coach, shifting focus to Leagues Cup, can you talk a little bit about what are your goals for the team, and if we're going to have an opportunity to see players like Osase and Ryan Kane to have more continuous minutes on the team?
But we'll assess the physical, health of the players when we get back into Seattle. They're going to get a couple of days off. And then we'll tackle Leagues Cup. Leagues Cup is a competition that, we want to do well in. That's the mantra of this club. You cannot just, push things aside. That sets a bad precedent. So we are going to try and go out and win. And then, yes, to your question, are there going to guys get some opportunity? For sure. They'll get opportunities, but, we'll dictate that again based on, the team, the opponent, the tactics, who needs a break. All of those things will factor into all of our decisions.